Hey, family. This is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Boom, boom, boom. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Boom, boom, boom. What's up, family? What's up, family? How are y'all? How are y'all? What's up? How's everyone doing? Huh? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Be more city. TikTok. How everybody doing? I can't hear you. You gonna talk to me? Talk to me, 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 talk to me. Steve Copeland here on the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland here on the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland here on the Couch Conversation Show. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was sitting up here listening to somebody on another platform, and before I came on, right, and my topic for the day is learning how to love and respect yourself. Learning how to love and respect yourself. And the reason why I say that, family, I had to look at me. And y'all know, anytime I open up my mouth, I come from a level of personal experience, right? About life. And I look at the mistakes that I made over the years, and I use them to help others regain a life worth living. Okay? That's what I do. Trying to get this mic right. That's what I do, family. Is helping others to regain a life that is worth living. So when you hear me say things like my 12-step spiritual journey, right? That's a journey that took me inside of myself. See, what I thought during the time was love. It was based around a lot of material stuff and pleasing people as well. It was based around that. But nobody in their right mind, keep in mind, going to use substance abusively, or using substance stuff outside of themselves to make them feel whole and complete inside. Something ain't right there. But you could not tell me that I had a problem. You could not tell me. So when I look back over my life, and I'm gonna just touch this a little bit because I'm talking about my 12-step spiritual journey, which I have 33 years clean from that addictive lifestyle. A day at a time, I have 36 years clean, working towards 34, just for the day. Okay? Just for the day, March the 20th, Friday. Just for the day. I have 33 years. January the 26th made 33. Now, I'm not knocking other people for how they do things, how they talk on their talk shows. That's their live stream. I don't believe in using people pain and misery to profit off it. If that's where you at, That's your ego. That's your pride. That's where your self-esteem is at too. Because you're using people, us, amongst each other to belittle and betray each other. And then y'all want to talk about the white man. I don't see how you do it. I can't see how you do it. We belittle each other, pull each other down, degrade each other, don't want to see each other succeed in life, but we'll turn around and say, no, that's the white man doing it to you. That's the white man. Yeah, that's the white man. Learning how to love and respect yourself. It's an inside journey. And I'm going to tell y'all, be honest with you. If you don't know how to like be honest with yourself, if you don't know how to have faith in yourself, if you don't know how to trust back in yourself, you won't be able to truly go inside and visit yourself to find out, well, dealing with whatever issues that we might be dealing with today, to help you deal with it. It's an inside journey, family. Learning to love yourself is an inside journey. Now, and I shared this on one of my smaller videos before I came over, right? Hey, Veronica, I had to become selfish and self-centered. Meant I had to focus more on myself and putting my life back in order. During this time, I'm married, family, when I got clean. Okay? I'm married. I'm in the church. I had to start looking at Steve. I had to start becoming selfish and self-centered in order to become selfless. I had to learn about Steve in order for me to properly appreciate and love my family. See, a lot of y'all don't do it. And I understand it's a fear there. And we tend to give people what we think is right. Not realizing during that time, family, my first wife, she was in my life ever since I was using. But I was always a real responsible type of man because that's the way my mother taught me. So we worked together. She didn't use. I couldn't date somebody that used because I was already using. Somebody had to be stronger. You understand what I'm saying? And my first wife, she never used, she didn't drink or none of that. So just for her doing what she doing and not using, it helped me to stay strong in a sense. But then I started losing complete control over my life, starting to be irresponsible. My life was spiraling completely out of control. My goal at that time, family, was to become one of the biggest hustlers in Baltimore City by the time I turned 26. A monkey cannot sell bananas because I was eating the bananas too. It didn't work. From the age of 11, just with the grass and the hardcore stuff, all the way up to the age of 30 when I got clean. So I missed out on my teenage years and in my 20s because I was under the influence. And it wasn't just the smugs for TikTok's sake. It wasn't just the smugs for TikTok's sake and for my broadcast network it wasn't just the drugs, right? It was TikTok, Smex, sex, food, gambling, lying, manipulating, cheating. Thank God I can say it today. I didn't have a habit with gambling, but it's all the same. The pain is the same when you're trying to sedate your feelings, right? It didn't matter what we use or how we use. It didn't matter. But I'm only sharing because guess what? I'm only sharing that because it's a lot of people stuck. It's a lot of people stuck in the disease of addiction. It's a lot of people caught up in an obsessive and compulsive behaviors, and they okay with it. And they okay with it. I'm gonna ignore you, Eric, because that goes to show where you at, bro. I guarantee you can't get up here and talk about yourself, coward. I already know about people like you. I don't know what WIF mean, Eric, but stop for a minute, bro. I'm trying to say something. I don't want to, you'll throw me off, and I know that's your intentions. But let me tell you something, bro. Learn to love and respect yourself. Learn to love and respect yourself. Do it looks like on this face that this is a miserable man right here? Just look at the face, bro. Do this look like this is a miserable guy right here? So do you realize the 12-step work that it takes for me to have a piece underneath with this bald, this cat, right? You see that smile? Come on. I'm a man, bro. I ain't no little coward. Watch this, Eric. Watch this. See, this is what my 12-step spiritual journey taught me. Watch this. Watch how I cross my legs. Ha! Can you do it? Look at that look right there. Hey, Trump. How you doing, Elon Muskie? How you doing? Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch. And what's your name again? I guarantee you, you ain't got it. I'm only saying this, family. Look, Eric, I'm only saying this, right? Because this is the point of learning, family, to love and respect yourself, bro. It's not about outside people. You get me? It's about self. That's why I do what I do, Eric. What is my point? Learn to listen and listen to learn. Learn to listen with your spirit, bro, not with your mind. I know you hear everything I say, Eric. I know you do. And I'm going to tell you, with us as human beings, our biggest problem, we hear what people saying. And I guarantee you, you already got an answer before I can finish. You already got an answer what you going to say before I can finish saying what I'm saying out my mouth. So that goes to show me you're not really listening. Okay. I learned that too. So now to get back to what I was saying, family, about learning to love yourself, right? Learning to love yourself. That's why you got to listen to learn. Learning to love yourself is an inside job. Once you learn to love yourself, Mr. Eric, outside stuff don't matter as much. You get me? Once you learn to love and care for yourself, outside stuff don't matter as much. That's why whenever you hear me talk, that starts out with communication. When you listen to me talk, the goal is to help you to become one with yourself, not everybody else, because that's our biggest problem. You get me, Eric? That's our biggest problem. We always want to please everybody else. And I understand once you feel it in the inside, once you got it in the inside, once you have that love, yeah, if you was, you wouldn't be responding the way you is. You would be responding with encouraging words. That's how I know, bro. Because know what? Positivity feeds positivity. So I'm up here talking about learning to love yourself. Open up your heart. Remember I said it's a spiritual thing. I had to learn to love this big mouth, bald head black dude. Yes, I did. I had family to learn to stand firm on my morals, my values, my principles, my integrity, and try not to compromise them, Mr. Eric, for nobody else. Okay. Listen to what I just said. I had to learn to stand firm on my morals, my values, my principles, my integrity, and not to compromise them for nobody else. So the goal is to teach others how to stand firm on their morals, their values, their principles, their integrity. Some people going to appreciate you, some people going to hate you. But the point is, you love you. You love you. I done been called all kinds of names. Y'all know that Baltimore City. I've been labeled all kinds of names. Except for, Dad, he's a child of God. You don't have to. Because God already told me. You're my son. Down there on the earth, in the flesh. You might not be Steve Copeland. You might not be as humble as Jesus Christ was. But God dang it, you still get the message across. I can see Jesus up there now. Dad, there I go again, Dad. He down there being sarcastic, Dad. He down there being too goddamn smart, Dad. That's coffee, Eric. I can see Jesus in heaven now saying, Dad, look at him. He down there with his suit jacket on. I took this off my, I just grabbed this blazer off the pants and stuff, right? To throw it on with this, so I could look conservative. So I can look. I'm a goofball. So, so I could look conservative. So I can look conservative. So I can tell people, hey, fun. So I can tell people enjoy your life. That only come from me learning to love and appreciate myself. Boom, boom, boom. Look, I'm looking at my teeth right here. I gotta take my butt to the dentist. I do. Look, I ain't wanted to go that deep, but y'all know Baltimore City. When I got locked up 3 years ago, right, for running off in my big mouth, they end up calling this raid my niece's house. And be honest with y'all, because I was staying with my niece. She was watching out for her big unk. But look, I was staying with my niece, and they threw all of my stuff away, even my teeth. I'm like, Steve, you need to stop playing. Go get your stuff straight. Because I helped too many. I don't care about you. Hey, Art, you took your butt to the dentist, which is fine. Last week, he said I'm doing a good job. Guess what? I do too. Art, let me show you something, right? Let me show you something. This is part of my salad, Art. You see it? My teeth had not gotten in the way. So what you saying? What you saying? All right, look. Because I can tell you miserable because you picking with me. That's a tomato, all right. Look. All right, look. All right, look. Let me stop, family. I'm just messing, Baltimore, I'm just messing with this clown over here. And I ain't mean to insult you, Eric. I'm going to tell you, that's how I know you're not looking inside of yourself. You hear me, Baltimore? That's how you can tell, be honest with you, miserable people. That's how you can tell miserable people. I'm glad you is looking at me because I'm looking at me too, and I'm handsome as all outdoors. Handsome. Nice looking man. Well-dressed man. With confidence and courage. Well-dressed. See that, Taylor? See that? Look. See that? Can you tell the women, Taylor, the only time I take my teeth out, it's only 2 times when I eat and what I eat. Let me stop. Y'all need to stop that, suckers. I'm not the one y'all want to play with. Go in the bathroom and play with yourself. I'm not the one you want to play with, right? It's about, look, check this out. It's about learning to love yourself. Learning to love yourself. And I can tell you this, I gotta watch it for TikTok. See, when men come after other men like that, I know what you're about. I know what you're about. But now let me get back to this, because it's a purpose for learning to love yourself. Okay. Now, we call it, these are some of the core strategies, right? Learning to love yourself. Self-love. Eric and Taylor. I can tell you have so much hate there. You have so much hate for another man because you hate yourself as a man. So, learn to love yourself. So I'm glad y'all are up here to give me something to talk about. Okay? Okay. For self-love. Self-love. Come on, yes you do, Eric. Stop playing. Because, Eric, no freaking way in the world, bro. If you got love inside of you, and you hear me up here talking about learning to love yourself, you're going to say negative stuff. No way in the world. So look, self-love. Self-love, Eric, is an active practice of appreciation that one grows through action, supporting your overall growth. What I say, the stuff that I used to do as a child, the stuff that I will, Max, the stuff that I used to do as a child, I don't do no more as a man. You get it? You get it? What I used to do, I don't, as a child, I don't do as a man. Because I'm older now and I learned to grow. Okay? Practice. I'm just sharing some stuff. Being sarcastic with it too. I love to have fun from time to time to time to time to time to time to time. I love to have fun because I'm not that miserable today. So I love Baltimore City. Y'all know I love to have fun from time to time to time to time to time. So practice self-compassion. Whoa! Wait. You heard what they just said? Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. Remember what I said? You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to be honest with yourself. You got to learn to be truthful with yourself. You got to learn these things in order to give it back. Come on now. You got to learn these things, but it got to be inside of you. You get me, Baltimore City? That's why I do my 12-step spiritual program. Because you got to learn to go inside of yourself and get to know yourself. Come on now. It's Friday. And I'm one person you don't want to pick with. Okay? Wait a minute. Hey, Eric, don't you talk about Baltimore City. Don't you talk about Baltimore City. I've been here for 64 years. It's no different than anywhere else, and we're doing a great job. Now, let me finish, Eric. Let me finish. Seriously, though, let me finish, okay? Okay. Practice self-compassion, Eric. Eric, you're not practicing self-compassion. Okay? You're not. You're not. You're a lie. Eric said it's too long for me to be in Baltimore City. He said 64 years is too long. You're a lie, bro. I wouldn't trade Baltimore City in for nothing in the world. I would not. That's why I'm a community activist. What are you? That's why I'm a community organizer, Eric. What are you? That's why I'm a homeless advocate, Eric. What are you? That's why I'm a civil rights advocate, Eric. What are you? That's why I'm a homeless. I'm sorry. Oh, that's good. You in West Virginia. I got family up there too. Yeah. Let me share this with you, bro. With you and Taylor. Switch it around. Because y'all ain't talking to no coward. Flip it around. All right. So let me finish. Look, remember I was reading the part about practice self-compassion. Taylor, practice self-compassion, right? Treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a close friend. When you struggle, acknowledge your pain without judgment rather than berating yourself. You think you saying something, Taylor? Forgive yourself, Taylor. Forgive yourself. This the next one, family. It talks about forgiving yourself. Shift from a mindset of shame. I am bad to one of a responsibility. I did something wrong. I did something wrong. If you want to come up, you're welcome to come up. You ain't got to sit down there like a little child and run off at your mouth. If you want to come up, you can come up. But if you disrespect my panel when you come up, I'm going to drop you. That goes to show how much respect I'm going to have for ya. But as I was saying, right? Wait a minute. You view mistakes as essential lessons for growth rather than permanent flaws. One thing, and I'm going to talk about us as men, right? See, I got to watch what I say for TikTok, right? Because, you know, I didn't get to 64 overnight. And where I come from, men don't do this. That's how I know the type. You got to request up. That's how I know the type of men I'm dealing with. 9 times out of 10, you young. Request up for me, Eric and Taylor. 9 times out of 10, you young. Hello. Yeah. I'm great. Yes, I do, because your name popped up. Stop. Could you scare me? Because I'm not used to this. Because I know you don't normally call me. So when I do, you just surprise me. 33. Yeah. Who said that? No. Who's doing it? Because I've been doing my life. I just have to walk away. Well, you know, I always say that anytime like when you call me, and we get along better when it comes to the children. So that's why. I was thinking, yes. Oh, yeah. I'm all right. All right. All right. Thanks, family. Whew. 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 I had to step away. Huh. Hey, Faith, that was my ex-wife. Scared the shoot out of me. Because I say the only time I know she'll call me or we talk, right, Faith? Yeah, is when something is wrong with the children, something like that, right? That's what they doing, Faith. Faith, they over there. My daughter and my ex and them talking about how much clean time I got. And she was calling me to ask me about my clean time. I said, you scared the heck out of me. And then I could hear the children, well, they grown family. I could hear them in the background because I said 35 years. Somebody else said 40. I was like, did you not have to walk away from my show? Whew. I'm like, that's all. Eric, y'all better stop playing with me. Ooh, bro. Ooh. I'm telling y'all. They kind of threw me off. Because I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, that's basically what she said and stuff, right? And I was like, thank you, Queen. Because look, family, I told my ex-wife, Faith, I said, I be telling the kids to tell you I love you, I love you. I said, but they don't, right? So, because I know 9 times out of 10 a man right there. But like I told her, Faith, before I came back up, I said, no matter what you and I been through, you know, I still love you. Just had to love you from a distance. You get it? And no matter how I talk on my lives, y'all know, I always talk about my marriages. That's only to encourage and help others. That's all. But what I realized, family, and I'm moving a little bit, but I'm going to try to bring it back, right? It's not like we fall out of love with people. You have a place in your heart for them. I ain't lying to myself. Y'all can lie to yourself. I ain't lying to myself. But most importantly, and this is what I try to talk to my grown children about. I don't care whether you're married or not. They're in relationships too, but relationships have their challenges. It's how you work through it. And this is what I share with my adult children. That no matter what, right, even though your mother and I are not together no more, I still love your mother. Why am I going to sit here and say, oh, I hate her, she make me sick? Why? I might have said it early on, Faith. I might have said it early on. You get me? But no, because I'm going to say this too. Whoever you allow in your life, you got to look at the choices you make in your life with who you allow in your life. Those are your choices. That's why y'all don't never hear me over here on TikTok saying all women are this or all men are that. Well, I can't say men because I'm too handsome, you know. No. I'm too handsome. I like women. Okay. Now some of y'all guys out there might look nice, but compared to Steve and his goofy tail, y'all don't look as good as me. Eric, even with my teeth missing. Eric and Taylor, even with my teeth, I'm still a good looking man. Look at that look. Let me stop. Taylor, I don't know if that was you that requested up, but when that phone call came, I got, I was like, only thing I could think about, I'm hoping my kids, I'm hoping that the family, hey. Uh, uh, I'm telling my kids, y'all better stop playing with me too. I'm too old for this. I'm too old. God dang it. I'm working on 34 years now. I don't know, y'all. Look. That's a beautiful feeling. I'm just saying, to be okay with certain things. You get me, Faith and Victoria and family. That's a beautiful feeling. Not to harbor no resentments, not to harbor no hatred, no bitterness. And God, can y'all understand why? And I said Monday through Friday, right? I'm gonna talk about my 12-step spiritual journey, right? And it's based around recovery, family. And I don't want to put a stipulation on it, but because I'm not doing dope and cane and alcohol and all that type of stuff, right? For TikTok's sake, the I'm trying to think of the word TikTok. Smugs. The goal is to help others. And that's what I communicate to TikTok a lot, family. As a community activist, as a human rights advocate, as a recovering addict, my goal is to empower the community. So yes, certain things I might say out my mouth, family, on TikTok, they might send me a little 10-minute restriction because of certain languages that I use. Now, when they do, or if they shut it down, I'll appeal it to let them know. Number one, y'all know who I am. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. They know who I am because they're looking right at me. Strengthen the community is my LLC. The Latanya D. Copeland House of Hope is a temporary to permanent housing program. So TikTok, Facebook, and all of y'all looking right at me. Some of the information that we talk about on here, I already know y'all use it for research and stuff. I already know what y'all do with it. Because I talk to a lot of scientists and doctors and stuff like that who don't understand certain behaviors and why. So I already know TikTok. That's why anytime if they send me a restriction, I'll go back and I appeal it. I'm like, y'all know who I am and what I do. And it's not to insult nobody or go against y'all community guidelines. Being a community activist, being a community organizer, being a community outreach coordinator, these are just titles that people gave me for the work that I do in the community. And these are things, right, when if they feel like I'm discriminating against a certain culture or certain people with smug habits. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. As a recovering addict, why would I do that? So this is the type of communication that I normally have with TikTok because I know they monitoring us. And I know whatever I say out of my mouth is educational purposes only. Sometimes entertainment when I act goofy. But guess what? It's mainly for educational purposes only. So y'all know people that's suffering, dealing with childhood trauma. I don't care how old it is. And if you see that behavior, the goal is you got to work with your child on up to help them to become more healthy. But now check this out. What I realized, if the parent ain't healthy, how can you help your child? You get it? If the parent is not healthy inside, how can you help your child? So that's why before I come on, when I get up, I'm like, God, what do you want me to talk about today? And what came to mind? Learning to love and respect yourself. It's an inside job. Now, mind you, this right here, what I'm reading, family, and I know some people might have came on here a little bit too late, but look, it's a mind yourself talk. And be honest, I had to look at me too when I read this one right here, right? I did the part about forgive yourself. Mind yourself talk. Notice the negative scripts in your head and challenge them. Use positive affirmation like I'm worthy of respect to rewire your brain. You know how negative stuff try to come in, or you ain't this, you ain't that, or you know, saying certain little things about yourself. This don't make me who I am. It doesn't make me, because I know who I am inside. But I need to make the appointment. I need to go. I need to go. I need to go. But I know who I am inside. And you know what I found out? That's what a lot of people hate. A lot of people hate when another person know who they really are. They have done the work to get here. Stephen Copeland has done the work. When I go back in scripture, and I know a lot of people have great knowledge of scripture, but my thing is, how do you use what you understand to apply to your life to make you a better person in life today? It's an inside journey. I forgot who was saying it, right? But somebody was talking about sinning. They was talking about sinning, right? And I was talking about reading the 10 Commandments. But then guess what? They talk about reading the 10 Commandments, but do they tell you about the 5 books of Moses? That's the breakdown of the 10 Commandments. I don't hear y'all talk about that, but you'll talk about everything else. Everybody else's story. But the 10 Commandments was put there for who? Well, the 5 books of Moses was put there for who? To live a productive way of life. The Hebrew Israelites during that time. It was instructions for them to live a better life and to stop practicing certain behaviors. So he's only telling you how he wants you to live your life, Steve Copeland. Learning to love and respect yourself. My 12-step spiritual journey is an inside job. I had to go in, cultivate self-awareness. What's up, C-Trey? Cultivate self-awareness. Use tools like journaling to understand your true values, likes, triggers. Knowing yourself is the first step towards loving. What I just said. learning to love and respect yourself. That's what's going to make you a better person. That's going to make your self-worth understand that you just don't allow anybody to come in to ruin that. Your integrity, your morals, your values, your principles. You got to build them up for yourself. You got to believe in yourself. So what I do when I look at my old life, I don't want to keep living like that. I don't want to keep practicing those behaviors. So I had to learn some new ways of doing things. My sponsor asked me some years ago, he said, "What is sin, Steve?" And I started reading off the commandments. He said, "Yeah, that's true." But he said, sin is just disobedience towards God. So let me tell you something. Y'all can sit there and measure out sin all you want. Well, this is worse than that one, and this is worse than that one. No. He told Adam not to eat from that tree. He didn't tell Eve. He told Adam. So my thing is, when you're going to tell people stuff, make sure you tell them right. But she took the apple and she encouraged her husband. That was his wife. So he bit it. But God told him. He disobeyed what the Father told him to do. That's all he did. He disobeyed the Father. So anytime you know the truth, if you're in the Word of God, let me make this clear to you. If you're in the body of Christ, if you're in the Word of God, and if you know the truth of his word, and he told you not to do something because you read it, you disobeyed the Father. I don't care if you unalive somebody, or you cheated in your marriage, or you flipped over the balcony, and God said, don't flip over that balcony, go on the bottom floor. But you like, nope, I'd rather flip first. You disobeyed the Father. He gave you an order, and you did the opposite. When my sponsor told me that years and years and years ago, and he is a pastor, I said, I got you now. So anytime you know the truth about his word, and you're in the body of Christ, and you go against it, you disobey the Father. If you're married, if you're living in sin, and you having smacks and y'all not married, you are sinning. You disobey the Father, the word. See, y'all won't talk about that. Because a lot of y'all in relationships living as husband and wives, right? In the church, in the Bible, in the body. But he just stole out the store, so his sin worse than mine. You won't like me. My goal is to empower, to encourage, to motivate, to help you understand God loves you anyway. He already knew what you was going to do way before you done it. It's people that will mess you up. You are his creation too. I don't care what your lifestyle is. My thing is learn to love yourself. Because he loves you anyway. And then we'll sit up here and we'll tell people, you got the free will to choose. And we know that. We're the only one of his creatures that has the free will to choose between good and evil. But he wants us to choose good. So why beat anybody up? Why take the word when you know people are already dealing with low self-esteem? When you know people are already dealing with low self-worth? When you know people is lost, but they're only trying to find their way. And then you got these organized, listen to my words, religion. That ain't nothing but politics. That tend to enslave and oppress the people. And then you wonder why people starting to wake up and they starting to leave these churches now. Organized religion. And it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart. I was called to be a fisher of men, women, and children. Even though the scriptures say the widowers. When I say I'm an ordained deacon, I know my position as a deacon. My pastor and the other ministers and elders at the church that preach and teach, they can continue doing what they're doing. It's our goal to go back into the community as a deacon. Strengthen the community. The LaTanya D. Copeland House of Hope. Community activists. Community organizer. Community. That means I'm back in the community, same way Christ did when he came here on this earth. He came into the community. He came to reach his lost generation of people, the homeless, the less fortunate. He came to reach them, help them turn their lives around, help them to understand they are worth something in life, no matter what you're doing negative. You can turn it around. That's all I be saying out my mouth. You can turn it around. Living proof. 33 years. Ex-wife just called, almost gave me a heart attack. Because her and the kids over there talking about the clean time I got. They saying 31 said 35, or he coming up on 35 years. I said, no, 33. Me hitting on 34 now. Scared the mess out me because guess what? She ain't called my phone in, I'm getting ready to say years. And then I seen her name popped up. I'm like, my heart went out. I got the kids okay. But they know daddy. She know me. Whenever we would go out, and mainly if I was at a meeting or something, I always talk. And their thing was he always talking. But now, this is giving back, family. It's giving back what God freely gave to me, right? You don't have to take it. Somebody need to hear it. All right? And then I just read Cultivate Self-Awareness, and it's talk about using tools like journaling, writing down your feelings, your emotion, what's going on, to understand your true value, right? Yourself is the first step towards loving. You got to learn to love yourself. Building self-respect. See, everything I'm basically sharing with y'all, keep in mind, as a sponsor, as a recovering addict, I have to continue working on Steve and loving Steve in order for me to give it back. You get me? And there's times where, yes, I might feel a little down. I might feel a little out. But once I go that route, it's like, then I know it's work, inside work that I have to look at. I got to go inside of myself. And be honest with y'all, I don't need a therapist for that. I don't need a psychiatrist for that. Because God is going to take me in to look at me. Now, if I reach out to a therapist, now I'm not going to say the psychiatrist, because the psychiatrist is the ones that normally prescribe the prescriptions for you, right? So when it get to that point, it's on a different level. But for me, because I already know the work that it takes to go in here and look at myself, I cannot be afraid to face those demons inside of me, or the ones that might want to come around me. Say, hey, Steve, what's up today? You better go ahead about your business. I said, get away from me. Don't make me say in the name of Jesus. Go. You got to know your power and your authority that's in you. Building self-respect. Self-respect is the act of honoring your own dignity and acting accordingly to your values. Do y'all notice that's all I talk about a lot? Your morals, your values, your principles, your integrity, your standards. You have to learn to stand firm on your morals, your values, your principles. Now, understand this. If I say anything or do anything wrong to offend somebody and they bring it to my attention, I'm going to apologize to you, because that's not my intentions, right? But if I do say anything out of order and it touches you, you say something to me, I'm going to apologize, because that's not my goal. And I'm going to share this with you too. Once I apologize, now what you do with it is your business. If you want to keep holding on to it and carrying it for the next 20 years, that's your stuff. I'm moving on with my life because I didn't look, I correct my wrong by apologizing. See, I learned all of this. I'm apologizing for the role I played. Now, I'm going to say this because I love you. When I was on your platform and I made a statement out my mouth about my past relationship, because I was my marriage, because I was relating to what was being said. And somebody took it personal, like I was talking to them. It was a woman. Don't get me caught up in your stuff. If you hurt by Bin Laden, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and all of them, if you hurt by them and you still carrying it, I didn't do nothing to hurt you, don't throw it my way. Don't take it out on me. And I did not realize most of the women up there on her panel was hurt. And that's what they do. They talk about men. But then when your big cousin came up to share some things, I noticed y'all wasn't trying to hear from the man. That's sad. I'm telling you this, that is truly sad. When you feel as though y'all can come up and talk about the pain and the suffering that you might have dealt, that y'all have dealt with, right? With whoever came in your life, because every man did not make your life miserable. Stop doing it to yourself. Every woman did not come in my life to make me miserable. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't mad at all. Because when I was ripping and running Baltimore City, and I ran with this one, ran with that one, ran with this one, I was grateful. You know why? Because they helped me sedate my feelings, even though it was wrong. You get me? But they allowed me to go to that special place to sedate my feelings. What I'm gonna sit back? Oh, they don't make no sense. They're a bunch of nasty freak, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not. Because I realized, family, not being smart, during that time when I was hurting and I needed comfort, they made themselves available. Some of them I told I was married. Some of them I didn't. I told them afterwards. Some of them didn't know I was twice their age. I didn't tell them till after we got together. I'm talking about on the Smex part. Because I was chasing at them half my age. I'm not doing that today. I have not practiced those behaviors in years now. That's why I can talk about my story. That's why I can be honest with myself. I don't have to go around lying to try to impress people. And if that's where you at with your life, that's fine. It's a sense of freedom for me to be able to talk about the things and say what I say. It's that freedom inside of me that a lot of y'all might not ever understand. So I don't get tangled up in where you at, because I have to focus on my life. I don't have to go and basically do research, do statistics. I don't have to do that. That's all I got to do is look at myself. But people that does that, that's fine. But that's another way you won't look at yourself. You so busy looking at what everybody else doing by your research and your statistics rather than looking at, oh, I ain't like that. I never had to live like that. Oh, I never, sold myself short like that, like Mr. Copeland did. And it took him years to realize he wasn't no different than the woman he was paying money to. He was just the male side. Ooh, ooh. Did he say that? Yeah. To thy own self be true. Okay? Now, building self-respect. All of this, I had to start applying. But I'm trying to help y'all understand, right? It's to get it here, right? Is to get an understanding of, your worth. To get it here, getting it in the mind. Then you start believing it in your spirit, in your heart, in your soul. You'll start believing it. But it has to come here first. And then you have to start believing, I am a great person. I am a wonderful person. I am a kind person. I know there's a side of me that can be evil, nasty, and mean. I know that's a side of me. But I like this side better. That loving, caring, kind, considerate person. That warm, sensitive guy. But don't forget, even though that side, thank you, Jesus, I want to show out more. I got feelings and emotions too. And if you hurt my feelings, it might not be real pretty. And that's not to scare or intimidate nobody. I can only tell you, I don't like this side of me. I remember that person. He's still there, but he's arrested a day at a time, right? Because I had to pray and ask God to remove that negative side just for the devil. A 12-step spiritual journey is an inside thing. I had to learn to uncover, to discover how to recover. I had to take suggestions. I had to get rid of that old ways of thinking, my old ways of thinking. Hanging around, I don't want to call them toxic people, right? They was great people. Just we all was dealing with a lot of pain and struggling, suffering. That the alcohol and the smugs or the drugs for my platform. All right, Queen. Thank you. Y'all know sometimes I don't feel like this. I don't be feeling like it. And then I have to realize it's not about you, Steve. It's about me. It's not about you, Mr. Copeland. Setting healthy boundaries. Define what you will and will not accept from others. Remember that no is a complete sentence and an essential act of self-preservation. You know, a lot of times, be honest, we don't know how to say no. And I learned throughout the years it's okay to say no. And don't feel bad about it. Nope. Nope. And you might have negative thoughts after saying nope because you want to please the person. But then you got to go back in your head, no, it's okay, Steve. See, that's that self-preservation that it's talking about, because now I got to go back in myself, right? And understand that it was okay to say no. Even if you have it to give sometimes. It's okay to say no. Because you taught of giving out. Set healthy boundaries. And it's okay to say no. Honor promises. Check this out. It said honor promises to yourself. Honoring promises to yourself. It ain't talking about somebody else, it's talking about yourself. When you commit to a small habit, like waking up at a certain time or exercising, following through, this builds self-trust and reinforces your senses of reliability. I'm going to just say this and go to the next one, right? I lost a lot of weight, right? And I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, you got to start buying some more clothes. But now I have to, it's like the flag because of the way I eat. And this is my dinner right here. Y'all can't see it, but I got the salad, I got my brown rice, and I boiled chicken. I don't bake it, I boil it now. But it turns out the same, right? And that's all I've been eating basically. But the biggest thing with me, I'll eat once a day and I try to eat before 6, before I come on here. And then I try my best not to eat nothing else. Now, I'm not going to tell other people to do that. That's just what I've been doing. right? My goal is to get away from the pills and stuff because I'm a diabetic. I'm so proud of Steve Copeland family because when my home care specialist came out, right, and she did, same things. If I was to go to the primary care doctor, I'm sorry, and she did my A1C. She told me my A1C was 5.4. So basically, it's like I'm considered as not being a diabetic, right? But now I got to find me another. Remember, I said a primary care doctor because of the health insurance I have now. HMO. So the University of Maryland don't take HMO. I try to get them to slide me in. They don't take it. So I'm at another place, which I've been operated on and stuff like that. And their services to me probably is a little better than going down to the university. I might have lost my other 3 toes messing with them or the feet. So I'm like, thank God I didn't go. But now, you hear what I was saying? Honor promises to yourself. And the goal now is to truly watch what I eat and stuff like that. Some of my sweaters, right, are bigger. Now, I think most of my dress shirts are I think they XL because I'm big up top. I'm bigger up top. And I probably gonna have to order some larges. But I'm gonna check them out, mainly with my sweaters and stuff, because I realized the sweaters I put on, they was a little bit big. And I ain't like that feeling. My pants is around about a 32. But I did not like that feeling when I put on some of my vests and stuff like that. I'm talking about my shirt like vests, right? With the V-necks and stuff. And I realized it was just a little bit bulky, like, and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this feeling. So when I read that earlier, right, when you commit to a small habit, like waking up at a certain time or exercising, following through, builds self-trust and reinforces your sense of reliability. Audit your environment. Surround yourself with supportive people who lift you up. Don't be afraid to walk away from toxic relationships that drain you, your energy, or disgrade your worth. Remember what I said about that? If you have somebody talking down on you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that's degrading you. That's turning you down. And that's why a lot of times we have to constantly rebuild. Because when people make you feel like you're worthless and hopeless and you'll never amount to nothing, then you got to go back in. You got to rebuild. Yes, I am. I'm important. I'm special. And it takes work. It takes work. Self-work. Stop comparing yourself. Focus on your journey. Social media often presents a highlight reel that can lead to feelings of inadequacy, Limiting your exposure can help preserve your self-worth. And I'm not going to badmouth, because I was just getting ready to. When I read that, the first thing that hit me, I thought about TikTok. I thought about some of the platforms on TikTok, right? How messy and toxic they could be. Then I watched the crowd that comes in to support it. And I understand that, say like we going through stuff in life and you just want to talk to ease the stress and ease that pain, ease that trauma. I understand that. That's what the Couch Talk Show is about. For you to be able to come and vent. And then on top of that, I want professionals to come on, like a therapist, even a psychiatrist. Now, I know y'all work is limited. I know that because of your profession and HIPAA laws. I know that. But whatever you can feed to just encourage, empower, and motivate, and you might just find some more clients. You get me? For a deeper level. So I would love, I'm telling you, I would love for other recovering addicts to come on. Share their experience, strengths, and hopes. This is not an NA meeting. So you know how to talk and keep it plain and simple. We know it's going to be based around addiction and breaking those habits. And it's not just based around, the alcohol, the smugs for TikTok's sake, the drugs for my broadcast network, food, gambling. That's why I ended up going to NA meetings, because we talk about addiction itself. So I realized it wasn't just the alcohol, TikTok, or the smugs, you get me? It was deeper than that. Food, sex, smacks for TikTok's sake, family. Gambling for some. Lying, manipulating, cheating, all of that can become a habit. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, to be truthful, which I thank God just for the day, I'm not caught up like that. Maybe the Diet Pepsis. I don't know. I normally drink 2 a day. I ordered is it 24 case, the Lord. I just ordered some, just came. My thing from Walmart while I was talking with y'all, and I had to go downstairs and bring it in. I had to make sure I got my cream too. Sugar free though. But yeah, come on, because I'm looking at the time as well, right? Because I said from 6 to 8, but I'm looking at the time. Baltimore City. I do not expect for y'all, and I know some people been hanging in since I came on. I do not expect for y'all to watch the whole video. You get me? But this what I used to suggest to people. Say like if you're in the house cleaning up or you doing something, and if you want to play the video and listen as you doing what you're doing, that's a good time. Or you could be laying in the bed at night, just going through certain things, and you just want to hear something different to get out your own head. Sometimes my little small clips, TikTok only wants you to do a minute. I normally do 3, 150. What's that, 2.5 minutes with my clips? And I'll send my clips from TikTok over to like I'll send them to LinkedIn. I'll send them to my Facebook, even though I'm recording on Facebook, but I just do little small clips and I'll send them back out. I'm trying to get it to the point where I can actually start monetizing what I do. Now, TikTok do send me a little something, but I'm all right with that because I'm just here to help the community. I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate all of that. But I understand from where I come from, my platform, my talk show for TikTok is not one of your famous type talk shows. Because I start understanding whenever you're talking about something positive, people run. It's sad, but they run. But just keep in mind, family, no matter what, the couch conversation is here. The Be More's Real Teen Talk Show. I love the fact that parents come up. I had a few youth to come up. I want to get a studio, but we can work out of that. You know what I mean? And put on a regular schedule. I want a therapist in there. Counselors that can help our children. Well, I'm talking about like from 13 on up to 19. But I work with them a little bit older, and be honest with y'all. If they're a little bit younger, yeah. Because the goal is to help point them in a more healthier way, direction. You get me? So I won't be boring y'all, but it's okay. That's why I said you don't have to watch the whole video. Like over here on TikTok, like I said, I can make little clips. And once I get better with my Restream broadcast network and making clips and stuff like that, I'm going to start doing that. I just want to post something for like encouragement and motivation, just to inspire you. If you procrastinating about talking with a therapist or talking with a psychiatrist or talking with a counselor, the goal is to encourage you to step up to the plate for yourself. Okay, daily actionable habits. Daily actionable habits. Morning rituals. Start the day with a positive intention or one thing you appreciate about yourself. And I normally tell God, thank you for another beautiful day that you put in my life. And the goal is, on top of that too, family, I always pray and say, please forgive me for any sins that I have committed towards the body of Christ. Some knowingly, some unknowing. But the thing is, please forgive me if I deliberately go against, I'm going to say, the morals, the values, the principles that you have been instilling in my life. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your daily achievement, no matter how minor. It trains your brain, and that's the focus. This trains your brain. I'm sorry, because I didn't stop. Acknowledge your daily achievements, no matter how minor. And the reason why I'm doing it like this, y'all, because this is very, 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 very important. Celebrate your small wins. Acknowledging your daily achievements, no matter how minor. You know it's saying as small as they may be as well. This trains your brain. That's why I wanted to go back over that again. This trains your brain to focus on what you are doing right rather than what is missing. Acknowledging your daily achievements. I'm just looking at the brain. This trains your brain to focus on what you are doing right rather than what is missing. And I'm going to tell y'all, I already know it. It takes a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work to encourage yourself, motivate yourself, empower yourself. You see, and the reason why I'm saying that, because you train in this, like it said, and it's nothing like the peace. It's nothing like the peace that I have in my life today. I'm telling you. And that's all I've been saying with my daughters and my son. My major concern is your peace. Because I know life is going to bring challenges. I already know that. But it's how you deal with it. So I have to share some of this stuff with them to help them understand, right? No matter what's going on in your life. I don't want it to stress them out. Because no matter what, life is going to send us trouble. It's how you deal with it. Celebrating small wins. Physical self-care. Respect your body by prioritizing rest, nourishing food, and movement that feels good. You know what? Remember I told y'all I was eating my salad. Now, this is kale. This is kale. I was trying to hurry up and eat it before I came home. That's kale. I got brown rice and I got boiled chicken. I was going to say baked. I've been really trying to watch what I put inside. I've been taking oregano oil with black seed. I've been taking magnesium, beets. I just ordered some burdock roots. I think that's what it's called. My main focus now, too, is even my health. Right? Physical self-care. Respect your body by prioritizing rest. And I'm going to say this. I ordered me some. It has magnesium in it. It has melatonin in it. So basically what I've been trying to do, because I've been driving tractor trailers for years, right, is go to sleep. I'm going to say before 12. And remember what it just said? Respect your body and prioritizing your rest. I know how important it is to rest up properly. A lot of times you have to quiet the brain down. You got to think healthy thoughts. And this just came to mind too. Show y'all how serious I am. So a certain part of your hand, you rub. It helps here. You rub, and it helps here. Listen to what I'm saying. This is a whole new adventure that God has me on. This is a whole new adventure that God has me on. Physical self-care. For a guy that used to weigh over 300 pounds, I used to have a six-pack. 3 rows over here and 3 rows over there, and the belly was real big. That's not where the six-pack was at. Now, I can look in the mirror and say, I like that body right there. I ordered me one of those shirts, the tight, you know, the shirts they talking about. I ended up ordering an extra large, which I thought was a large. Then I had to go back and order me some mediums. Have y'all ever heard that word before? Medium. I was used to 5X's, 6X's, 4X's, 3X's. I go for a walk. Might not be every day, at least now, because you know, weather. But physical self-care. I love y'all. If y'all know somebody that needs to hear this video, this live broadcast, share it with them. Share it with them. Baltimore City, I do not want us to continue. And not just Baltimore City, I'm just talking about people that's us. We need to start empowering and encouraging us more. Each other. My thing is, we already know what's happening with us, right? We already know what's happening to us. But it's like we will not stand up, come together, and fight for what we want. But we keep doing it time after time after time. The white man this, the white man that. And I'm going to tell you, being in the system, when I say that, I'm talking about being involved as a community activist, as a civil rights advocate. I started realizing they aren't all black. I mean, white, I'm sorry. They're trying to keep you down. You got black conservatives that, and I'm only talking for the low to moderate, poor income people that feels like they can't move forward in life. Then I'm talking about some of the businesses of black owners that's not getting some of these contracts that mostly I understand YT can get. So I'm talking about a system that was put in place to hold us down. But mind you, all of your millionaires, and billionaires and probably in their trillions. They aren't all white. They aren't all white. For us to keep saying the white man this and the white man that, that's because you stuck. That's why when I share what I share, when I open up my mouth, is to encourage us, to empower us, to come together as a unit. I had to own up to my own failures and mistakes in life, you know. And the reason why I'm saying this, family, because I have to own up to them to become a better person, to work on becoming a better person. You get me? And this type of journey that we talking about, when I say my 12-step spiritual journey, this is a lifelong journey or mission or purpose. See, I'm just looking at March the 20th, Friday. It's no guarantee I'll live to see tomorrow. If it's God's will, then we'll take it from the 21st on each day. If it's God's will. Baltimore City, I love y'all. Now, I'm trying to fix it where I can get my Restream up and running, where I can bring people up in Baltimore. We can, well, they could be around the world. It doesn't matter. But mainly for Baltimore City, where we can come on and we can talk about things. I will have open panels. Like if somebody want to rent a space to come up here and talk about your business, to come up here and promote, advertise, stuff like that on the broadcast network, you can. I'm not real good with setting everything up myself. I've been trying, but I'm not real good in that area. And it's a lot of people that's better than me with it. And a lot of them know I need the help. I'm going to leave it like that. Because no matter what, my heart and my mind going to be open one day. If I got to do it by myself, I will. And go talk to these businesses and nonprofits in the communities that might want to do slots. But most importantly, the Couch Talk Show and the Team Talk Show. Unless God presents some other plans, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But I love y'all, Baltimore City, and I'm going to get ready to end this for now. And I thank y'all. Tomorrow from 6 to 8, which is Saturday and Sunday, it's the Team Talk Show. You can come over to TikTok to @SCopeland59. And you can request to come up where we can talk about stuff on the platform. I'm able to get the Restream broadcast network running right and scheduled. Okay? Love y'all, Baltimore. And I'm out. Come on, why you ain't ending?